You will stop the smoking forever.
So here we have the little F Lodge. Yes. So what we got in here? We have a little house. Somebody's in the trunk of this tree has made a little F village, I guess you could say. It says F Lodge, and it says, "Thou shalt not steal." Yeah, that's it. Well, hello folks, George here. I hope you're all are doing okay. Well, I'm back at it. I'm riding the old bicycle here. I guess I can show you how. And I'm loving it. It's a pretty day today. Beautiful day in East Tennessee. And that little creek here, you can hear the traffic. I'm close to the highway up there, but so I thought I'd come out here and do a follow-up video. And I love doing these follow-up videos, especially if there's something to follow up with, right? And the one that I'm going to follow up with today is about the smoking, the smoking spell. Yeah, I decided to move location, so there was quite a lot of people in that location there. And filming like this is definitely not recommended, folks. I'm just going to tell you, especially when you're around curves. Well, boy, is it ever so beautiful around here. Beautiful spring day, so we're getting ready to go under a old train trestle. Keep right. Here's the old train trestle there. You can see it there. Have to be careful going around this curve. There's usually a bunch of people in this location here, so thought I would take you along here for just a second here. It's a beautiful little park. I tell you, this area of East Tennessee here in Maryville and Alcoa, they have so many greenway trails throughout the area here. So I decided to come out to one of my favorite places here, and this is what I call the one of the spirit hotspots. And what is a spirit hotspot? Well, it's where it is believed that there's a lot of spirits from different worlds come to certain spots, and they just kind of hang out. And so that's what we're calling the spirit hotspot. It's very pretty here. So welcome back. I made it over here, and oh, what a beautiful day. It is so nice today. But going back to what I was talking about, the follow-up. The follow-up on Sarah's smoking, the smoking spell. Now, if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, well, I'll put a link down in the description if you want to watch the video. But I have a friend, Sarah. She wanted me to do a spell. She came across this spell, and she smokes. And she wanted to know if I would be interested in doing the spell that maybe would help her stop smoking. And at first I was thinking, well, maybe she's the one that should do the spell, you know, since she's the one that smokes. I don't smoke. I used to years and years ago, but no more. But she said, no, it needs to be somebody else, like a friend or so. And I said, okay, well, I can do that. And I had never done that. But it entailed like taking like, you had to have a bottle, cooking oil. You had to take one of the cigarettes that she smokes, and then and you wrap it, and you write her name down on the paper and put it in wrap it around the cigarette, and then put it in the oil into a little jar, and then you got to go bury it. You got to find an old tree and then go bury it, and then you got to say some words. I did that. Yeah, so I did that. Well, you know how you come across people that that'll say, when you tell them that you're doing something like with cards, you know, like tarot cards, and you're doing some kind of magic and stuff. And sometimes you'll get somebody will say, "Oh, that's nothing there. That's a whole bunch of hogwash." You know, that's the words they use in my territory here in the South. And you know, and I mean, everybody has a right to believe what they want to believe, you know. But I've always believed in myself when it comes to the tarot cards, and when it comes to anything that has something to do with the supernatural and the other world, you know. I believe that there is possibilities that we don't know what is out there, okay, and that I believe that, you know, the spirits do try to talk to us in some way. So I've always said that, and remember, folks, if you've not heard me say this, I am not a psychic at all. I just love dabbling, okay, and sometimes, you know, when you dabble in things, sometimes you're not sure if you should have or not. Oh, this fountain. It is so pretty. And it's out in the middle of nowhere, if you can see. It's just, you know, pan around so you can kind of see them rocks up there. I don't know if you can see them from here, but I did a video a few years back of Sebastian Rogers. And being that this is a spirit hotspot, that them rocks out there, if you look at them in a certain position, you'll be able to see an image, supposedly, and I did. And but it's one of them videos I did, and if I can think of it, I'll put the link if you want to go back and see that. But it's it's in this location here. I come out here quite a bit just for the fact that it's just beautiful, right? And most of the time there's not a lot of people here. We got like a few hikers, I don't know if you or walkers there, but most of the time there's nobody here, because the reason is because the parking lot is way over from here. So, and for whatever reason in the South here, in my area, a lot of people don't like to walk. There is people that do walk these trails and enjoy them very much, but there's quite a bit that don't come out here, and a lot of people don't even know it's out here that live here. It's so sad. But anyway, getting back to the dabbling, and I told Miss Sarah, I said, you know, I have never done any kind of like spells or anything like that, and I don't study like the witchcraft spells or anything like that, but I thought, you know, if it'd be interesting to see what happens, you know, what if anything, if it would help her stop smoking, it would be cool. And you never know, there may be something to it. So I said, yeah, okay. So I decided to do. Oh, I just noticed up here, somebody has made another little elf area here. Look at this. Make sure there ain't no snakes around here, but isn't that nice? How about that? And look at that little sombrero. Can you see that? Better look at that. I love it when people do that. Isn't that cool?
That's awesome! I know!
I love when people do stuff like that. It's very nice. I enjoy that. These old trees here, I don't know if you can see them too. I know I'm veering off the subject here, but I'm just enjoying this park so much. But so anyway, I decided, yeah, okay, I'll do this. I'll do it. And like I said, you know, there's things you needed to do. Well, I ended up doing exactly what it said, and I told Miss Sarah, I said, you know, I don't guarantee this to work, okay, because we don't know. Now, sometimes, you know, like I said, when you're dabbling with things that you are not sure of and you're not aware of, you really need to be careful. And I do believe that. I've always and Marilyn, the lady I talk about that I grew up with, a dear friend, she always said, if you ever study this stuff, you need to make sure that you, look at this bird. You can see it there. It's a hawk or something. Yeah. You need to make sure that you, put the spirits back in their place. You invite them in, you invite the help, whatever, but you need to send them back and make sure they're welcome to come back, but tell them to leave, pretty much.
Get out.
All right. Had some folks walking by here, so I had to change camera positions. So, getting back to Sarah and her non-smoking spell. So she kind of thought that it was just not going to, it wasn't going to work. Ever since I've done that, I've asked her, I said, so have you stopped smoking? Have you felt like stop smoking? And she says, nope, I'm still smoking. And she's still smoking. But something happened the other day that made me wonder, I wonder if something maybe went a little extreme with the spell. So she came by to the location I was at the store that I hang out quite a bit at, and she come in and her hand was just as swollen. Her right hand was as swollen as could be. And I asked her, I said, what happened? And she couldn't move it. It's like it was broke. And she said that I think she said she got mad and she hit a barn. I mean, I don't know what she got mad about exactly. But she said she got mad and hit a barn.
No! Why?
And I told her, that didn't seem like a good idea. And she agreed. So it ended up, she got a cast on it, and it wasn't broken, but it was some kind of boxer bruise or something. I don't know, something like that. But she was in a lot of pain with it, but thankfully it was not broken. But I got to thinking about this, and I asked her, I said, so what hand do you smoke with? Of course, she said, the right hand. And I said, and I'm not laughing at, Sarah, I'm not laughing at you or the situation, okay? But we already talked about this, and I got to thinking, wow. I wonder if this had something to do with the spell. The spell that I'm pretty sure I don't know what I was doing to start off with. I thought I said everything I was supposed to. I did bury it, the bottle, like I'm supposed to. But there's no information that what can happen. So I'm just wondering if maybe the spirits kind of just went a little extreme and seeing that, well, she's not trying to stop smoking, so they're going to help her stop smoking. And somehow she injured her hand. Now I know that sounds a little extreme. I don't think spirits make you hurt yourself. But it is odd that her right hand that she smokes with has gotten injured, so she really, she can't light a lighter, or at least she couldn't. And it was very hard to hold the cigarette too, So if you're a smoker, if you've ever been a smoker, and you try to do things with your hand with a cigarette that you no longer have the ability to for a while, it's very frustrating. So I'm just wondering, I don't know. I don't think like I said, I don't think the spirits, the gods, or whoever is that could have possibly had something to do with this, possibly, would have done that extreme. I think it was just something that she just actually got mad, as she said, and hit something, and it just happened to be her right hand. Everybody out there that's watching this, give Sarah a prayer, okay? If you pray for Sarah and tell her. And if you think of it, put in the comments, something to the effect of that you're praying for, okay? Because I'm sure she would appreciate that. And also, do a little prayer to help her stop smoking, because that's one of the most important things she needs to do in her life, is to stop smoking, right? I will say, and again, talking about dabbling, I looked at this person that does these spells, that came up with these spells, and I've seen many spells before, or I've seen write-ups about spells and what they do and it's a lot of witchcraft stuff. You know, witches back in the day, matter of fact, they used to get burned for doing stuff like this. You know, but so I looked up and I found one that was very interesting. And there was this person that used to just aggravate me, and for whatever reason, I don't know, it just, you know, they just didn't sit well with me, you know. And so I saw one of the spells that this lady had wrote about, and it was talking about if someone is bothering you, then there's a way that you can get that bother to go away. Now, not do anything to the person, right? But you can make the feeling of anguish help. This spell is supposed to help with that. So what it was is that you're supposed to take a piece of paper, and you write the person's name, first and last name. And then you take the paper, you roll it up, and you put it in, you stick it in a broom. Okay, you stick it in a broom. And then you take the broom and then you just sweep. You sweep the floor. Now, once you do that and you start sweeping, you are supposed to say the words, "I drag your poison spirit back into the dirt where it belongs." So, yeah. Yeah. So now the person's name that I put on it's a fake name. But I was just demonstrating to you that if you have this person that's just not sitting well with you, and you just wish that they would just shut up, right? Just stop bothering you and leave you alone, right? Well, try the broom thing. You know, it's not supposed to do any harm to this person whatsoever. It's just supposed to supposedly change your mindset where anything that they say doesn't bother you. So that'll be good if it works. If it works, right? But anyway, I thought I would share with you and bring you along today out here into the beautiful mountains here of East Tennessee in this beautiful park here. And I thought maybe you might want to know maybe an update on her. So, but I will tell you, I will let everyone know either in a video or a post that if she does quit, I will let you all know that, okay? So, and I'm pretty sure she'll appreciate any comments that you have to say about this, and I will too. So anyway, folks, I think that I am going to go ahead and get on the old bicycle again, get back towards my homestead, and be working on another video. I think that I'm going to work on or follow up on the Alex Murdaugh case. Boy, I can't believe that they're doing a retrial, but I'll talk more about that. There's a couple other stories that I'm working on, and I'm still concentrating and staying close or paying close attention to Nancy Guthrie's situation. And turn this around so you can see. And again, we're just all hoping and praying that we hear some good news about that. You know, that they found out who took her and all. So, but I thought you might enjoy the fact that I am following up on this spell. It is interesting that she hurt her hand. I hate that she hurt her hand. And Sarah, sorry you hurt your hand. So, but anyway, folks, I do want to thank you all for watching. And if you get a chance, if you like what you're seeing, if you hit the like button, please do that. I call it the compliment button. You're giving me a compliment when you hit the button there, the thumbs up, right? And if you like to see more of my antics of the ghost board experience, subscribe to the channel, because I tell folks, you definitely never know what you're going to find, what I'm going to come up with, okay? But I do appreciate you all, and I love each and every one of you. And I hope all of you will have a very blessed rest of your day and the rest of your week. And thank you so much. And I do love each and every one of you. And I enjoy your comments too. Thank you for that. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go. And folks, y'all be safe out there. Until next time, this is George, and I'll see you down the road. Be safe. Bye-bye.